So, hello and welcome. Just going to make sure we're going live on Instagram as well. All right, let's see here. I don't see us connected to Instagram. Let's give me 1 second here. All right, while we're settling in, for some reason, having trouble here getting connected on Instagram. But while we're waiting to get started, I am just going to set Instagram up again. Please let me know in the comments or the chat section where you're joining from. I am Gillian, and I am here in Sweden, although I am from Toronto, Canada. So please let me know. I'll have a read of where everyone is joining us from in just a moment. Again, if you're just joining, I'm just trying to make sure that we can get onto Instagram. For some reason, it doesn't seem to be connecting here. And if it doesn't work now, oh, I think we can do it. Great. Thank you for your patience. All right. Hello, everyone joining. Again, please let me know where you're joining from in the comments. We have people joining. Looks like so far the comments are coming in from YouTube. So we have Sarah in Trinidad, Claudia in Atlanta, Klaus from Middle, I can't see where that is. Rebecca in Salt Lake City, Cleana, lovely to see you, joining from Ireland, middle of Germany. Welcome, Klaus. And let me just see over on LinkedIn if we have people joining. All right, we have quite a few joiners on Instagram as well, joining from India, Brazil, Maui, Florida, Chicago, North Carolina, Iran. Welcome, welcome. Oh, UK, Sausalito, California, Colombia, India. I think that's Georgia. Welcome, welcome. North Carolina, Manitoba, Colombia. We have people joining from all over the place, which is lovely. Florida, Toronto. Welcome, everyone. So if you've never been on one of these meditations, we're going to sit together for about 15 minutes or so in formal meditation. And then we'll open it up to your reflections, any questions that you have coming out of the practice, related to the practice, or just related to mindfulness and meditation at all. So check in on your comments, finish the meditation. Well, why don't we get right into it? As always, for the meditations I lead, I welcome you to take any posture that feels supportive for your practice today. So that could be seated, it could be standing, it could be lying down. So maybe just take a moment to check in with your body and see what feels most supportive and what will help you to remain to find that balance between being alert and relaxed. Um, so just sense into that for a moment and then find yourself in whatever posture you'd like to delve into this practice with. And make sure you're as comfortable as you can be. given however you're showing up, using any supports that you need, any cushions or blankets. Mm, and just as you settle in now, you can close your eyes or lower your gaze. Just taking a mindful moment to transition away from the outer world of activity towards your inner world. Shifting from being, or sorry, shifting from doing into being. Movement from outward activity to inward presence, awareness. Sometimes meditation is made difficult partially because we don't take that moment to acknowledge that transition we're making. And it can help to also set an intention to gift yourself this time to simply be, giving yourself permission to rest with this unfolding practice for the next 10 to 15 minutes. It truly is a gift to give ourselves this time and this type of practice. And take a moment to sense into the points of contact between your physical body and the physical earth beneath you. Perhaps feeling into the soles of your feet against the floor, backs of your thighs, your bottom or your back against a chair. Or maybe your whole body is supported by a bed or some other surface beneath you. Feeling the way that you are supported by your physical space right now. As you become aware of your connection to the earth, to your space, I mean, if there's any adjustments you might need to make to your posture. Maybe bringing a little bit more awareness or softening any areas of tension. Then guiding your awareness towards your breath, just noticing how the breath effortlessly enters your body and the way it effortlessly flows back out. We don't need to do the breath or force the breath. The breath flows in accordance with its own innate universal wisdom. And when we really rest with that awareness, abide in that awareness, what a miracle each breath really is. What a mystery each breath really is. So simply sitting, simply breathing, holding this awareness of the gift of each breath, the mystery of each breath. And seeing if that awareness of not having to do or force the breath can help you surrender into a little more trust in the universe, trust in life as it unfolds. It's not about trusting we will get what we want or be delivered a particular outcome, but it's trusting that there is an innate wisdom in this universe, in life itself. We don't need to drift into complicated contemplations about the nature of life. We can simply sit and simply breathe with this gentle, soft awareness of this mystery, of the gift of this experience. Being with the breath with a sense of awe and wonder. And taking a few more mindful breaths, really savoring each breath. And then allow your attention to settle back into those points of contact between your body and the earth, grounding your awareness into what it feels like in this moment to be held in your physical space. Maybe bringing a bit of movement into your toes, your fingers, and expanding that movement into any part of your body that feels called to stretch or awaken. Slowly open your eyes whenever you feel. So, really taking your time to come back into this space, this virtual space that we share, and into the space of the room around you. And I would love to know what's coming up for any of you. If you feel called to share in the comments, um, any reflections you have about that practice, anything you experienced, any insights that arose, or any questions that are coming up related to this practice or related to mindfulness and meditation, generally speaking. So, again, take your time, see if there's anything you'd like to share or ask, and just type that into the comment section. I'll keep an eye on the various platforms. Again, we have people joining on LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. And while any comments or questions are coming in, I'll share a little bit about that practice. Peter says, very relaxing. Namaste. Thank you, Peter. Thank you for joining, for your words. Um, so that practice, I didn't really have any preconception of what type of practice I was going to lead today. I just sort of allowed it to unfold. Um, and it just came sort of out of my own sensing into the wisdom and mystery and wonder of the breath that we don't need to force, we don't need to effort around. That it just dances through us. It just moves through us in accordance with something far greater than our individual personal wills. Um, and so I felt naturally called to sort of hone in on that and give us the opportunity to really sense into what a gift, what a gift the breath is. Um, So often most of our days we're always breathing, and most of that time we spend breathing, we're not really even aware that we're breathing. And if we are, we might not have that attitude towards it, of it being really this wonderful blessing that we are experiencing. Um, so that's sort of where it came from. It really just kind of unfolded quite spontaneously. Um, I'm just looking at the comments. Claudia says, "Thanks, Gillian. Loved your words. Trust the wisdom of life itself." Yeah. Yeah, there really is a wisdom, a natural flow to the universe, to life. Um, and I've been reflecting recently on how oftentimes you hear this phrase used, trust the universe. And I think there can be some confusion around what that means. Um, some people, or in some circles, it can be used to sort of hope or expect that we're going to be delivered a particular experience or outcome that we're desiring. Um, but I think a deeper trust is really in just trusting whatever unfolds, even if it's difficult, even if it's not quite what we want. And if it is what we want, not attaching to that so much, trusting again that it's always in flow, things are always changing. Um, and I think in there is also trusting our ability to meet whatever arises. Again, it's not always easy, but I do believe there is a deep wisdom to the way that things unfold. Um, and of course, there's that's not to say we just sit back and let let everything and anything happen. Um, there is, we're granted human wills, the human capacity to act, um, to make change, to take action, and there's beauty in that as well. But I think so often we spend our time fighting reality, distrusting the natural flow of things. So it can be helpful to cultivate the capacity to trust. Thank you, Claudia. Um, PK on YouTube says, "Thanks, to practice with you all." Thank you. Question: to have a relaxed structure while sitting, what tips can you give to relax the neck? A visualization, certain movements? Um, yeah, I think I could be wrong. It sounds like maybe there's tension or pain specifically in your neck. Um, Visualization can be a helpful tool. Um, such as envisioning maybe like a warm golden light, just kind of soothing and softening those areas. Um, Certain movements, of course, I can't prescribe or offer specific movements. I'm not trained in relieving tension in specific parts of the body, but um, I can say personally, just giving my neck a little, shoulder massage can help. Um, Also, maybe trying different postures, depending on your own unique body. Maybe like a bench versus a chair versus a seated posture on the floor is going to alleviate pressure in the neck. If you're sitting on the floor, it can be helpful to prop something under your bum so you're a little bit higher up. That can shift the alignment. But there's so many different reasons that we might have tension or perhaps a pain in the neck. So, of course, in certain cases, a doctor would need to assess what's going on there. But if it's general tension, I think playing with, self massage, visualization, modifying your posture can be helpful. Um, But again, I'm not trained to address specific challenges in different parts of the body like that. But I hope something in there helped, and maybe a bit of exploration into those different things may help. So thank you for the question, PK. Um, Rebecca says, one idea is to loop the shoulders back and down, and then pull the chin slightly back. This can help align your back and neck, if that makes sense. Yeah, thank you so much, Rebecca. And even just playing with the chin. I actually listened to a meditation recently. Thank you for bringing that up, Rebecca. Sometimes we just need to dip the chin a little bit. And again, so it's this energy of exploration, searching into what our unique body needs in any moment. So thank you so much for that, Rebecca. Let me see if any comments or questions are coming in on Instagram. Someone on Instagram is saying, noises interrupt my practice. How can I better filter them out? Yeah, I think with noises, I mean, there's two different approaches here. I think it's useful to explore both. So, first of all, from a mindfulness perspective, it can really be a great way to deepen our practice to incorporate the noises the into the meditation itself, turning the noises into the object of meditation. So when the noise arises, there's a thought, "Oh, this is interrupting my practice." Maybe sensing into the body, what is happening when I'm hearing these noises? What other thoughts are coming up? Maybe there's a thought like that noise shouldn't be there. Maybe there's a tension in the body, the shoulders tighten, the body contracts. Maybe there's an emotion that's triggered those particular noises. So really getting curious about what's happening in response to those noises. And it can also help to listen to noises and to try to not label the source of the noise. So let's say you live on a busy street and there's honking. Rather than going into the story about what is making those noises, there's cars honking, seeing if you can just rest with those noises, almost as if you had no concept of what could be making those sounds. So applying this principle of the beginner's mind to every noise that comes in. That said, it can also be helpful for our practice to sometimes, filter the noises out and to create an environment for ourselves that really supports our ability to go deeper into the practice, that supports us to create that calm and quiet environment. Headphones may help, listening to music, seeing if there's a creative way that you can find other spaces to meditate. So it depends if these noises are a constant in your environment. Are they only there at a certain time of day? But yeah, those are some suggestions for setting up your space and practicing at particular times. Again, maybe using headphones if you're in a space where it's safe to kind of filter out noises. We don't want to be, we wouldn't be meditating on a busy street anyways, but yeah, using headphones or music can certainly be helpful. So again, I would kind of explore both of those in tandem, getting really curious about the noises and our reaction to the noises, trying to sense into the noises without any concept of, or softening our concept of what the source is. And then also recognizing that sometimes it's really helpful to have that quiet space and seeing what adjustments we can make to our practice space and our routine in order to cultivate that environment that is a bit more conducive with going a little bit deeper. So I hope that helps. Thank you. It's an excellent question that I think a lot of people. It's come up many times when I've led meditation. So thank you so much for asking it. I think that's all of the comments I'm seeing, all the questions I'm seeing on Instagram. Let me see if there's anything else coming up on the other channels. Doesn't look like anything else is coming at them. Oh, Rebecca, what are your thoughts or experiences concerning guided meditation, silent meditation, or listening to music as you meditate? My thoughts is really that there's absolutely no right or wrong. There's no hierarchy between those. Um, and I say that because in the past week, I have done all of those types of practices. I have used guided meditation. I have sat in silence and done my own practice. And I've also um, sat with music and focused sort of a breath awareness paired with open awareness practice while listening to the music. Um, I think so. That's a general answer. But I also think it's helpful to be flexible. So I think, um, and depending on who we are and what we're used to, it could be helpful to expand our practice by trying one of those three things that we don't usually try. So for instance, if we always listen to a guided meditation, someone guiding us, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But what might happen if we sat and let ourselves through a practice? Um, it may be more difficult, but then whatever is arising, whatever that difficulty is, let's say it's distraction, difficulty staying focused. That is something to be curious about, to sit with. That is perhaps a reason to try some more silent meditations, and maybe starting with like a really short practice as we build up our capacity to stay focused and present in formal meditation on our own. Or if we're always listening to music, or we're always in silent meditation, just doing our own thing, doing what we always do, there could be a lot of benefit to listening to a guided meditation and being guided by somebody who perhaps uses different metaphors, explains things in a different way. um, that can really help to open things up for us or help us to experience things or see things in a new light. um, for so this channel is Mindfulness Exercises, and we run a meditation teacher training program. And someone on one of our weekly Q&A calls recently, I led a body scan meditation, and he shared how he always does the body scan meditation, but it was just very different the way that I led it compared to the way he led it. I brought awareness to things that he doesn't typically include in his practice. So it created this opportunity to sense into something that's always there, but we might not sense into on our own. So I think there's really benefits between rotating between these different practices. Um, so yeah, guided meditations can um, help to expand our way of viewing things, help us to explore different types of practices, understand meditation, what arises in meditation in a new light. silent meditation can really help us to strengthen our practice and our capacity to simply be present with what is. And listening to music for me, I find that really helpful when I I'm having difficulty, staying focused. It can just be that extra little bit of support just to help me settle into that um, calm and uh, tranquil, intentional space. Um, so I hope that helps, Rebecca. Um, Vitali, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Said, I've had an experience of sitting meditation when noises gradually receded and they stopped to bother me at all. Yeah, that's wonderful, and that's such a testament to this trust, this knowing that everything changes. So, in one moment, a noise might really irritate us, and we sit with it and be present with it, and we find that something shifts. The noise might not have gone anywhere, but something in us is now a little bit different. And we might move on completely and not even notice the noise, even if it's still there. So, thank you for sharing that. You know, Often when people share their experience of a meditation, if they talk through about how they experience with it, like there's so many different emotions and feelings and thoughts and things going on, and all of that can happen in a very short period of time. So it's, yeah, definitely something to remember that nothing is permanent, everything changes, and maybe if we can sit with something, um, our relation to it might shift, and often sooner than we think. Natalia also says, hello, Gillian. I really love the way you approach answering the questions. Thank you so much for your insights and sharing your experience. Yeah, of course, my pleasure. I'm grateful for your questions, for your sharing. I mean, it's lovely just to sit and meditate together, but to have this opportunity to share what's on our mind, to hear what other people think is really invaluable. So thank you. And Rebecca says, thank you so much. That was very helpful. Thank you, thank you, thank you to all of you for your comments. I'm just going to flip back to Instagram, see if anything else has come up in there. Doesn't look like it at the moment. And I'm not seeing anything else on YouTube or LinkedIn or Facebook. So we can leave it there for today, tonight, depending where you are in the world, what time it is. But we do have these live meditations 3 times a week. I lead one, Sarah May leads one, and Sean Fargo leads one. And sometimes we cover for each other, so it's there can be some flexibility in that. But we really love sharing the practice with you. And if you're looking for any free or premium resources, whether you meditate simply for yourself, or you teach meditation, or you want to teach mindfulness meditation, you can visit mindfulnessexercises.com, and there's a ton of resources, both free and paid, to support you in your practice and to support you if you're looking to share mindfulness with others, or if you already do. So thank you everyone so much for coming. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for also, sharing your reflections, engaging with each other in the chat, supporting one another. It's really appreciated. And it's really nice to have this community where we can, cultivate this capacity to be present and to hold caring, non-judgmental awareness towards ourselves and towards the world, because I think we would probably all agree that we could use more of that. Thank you, Cleona. Cleona writes, thanks for your gentle guidance and wise words. Thank you so much. Lovely seeing your name pop up here. All right. I wish you all a wonderful rest of your day or night. And I hope to connect with you again on one of these calls. I know some of you are in the mindfulness meditation teacher training program, so connect with you, some of you there. And we also have a free online community, which you can find the link to in the from mindfulnessexercises.com. So thanks again. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll hopefully connect with you all soon. So take care.